Hi there, it's Louise with you of Timeless Craft Mama, and today's scrapbook layout share is on behalf of Colour Blast. So my share for today is really inspired by the triangles, and what I was aiming for was to make this page have more of a subtle background. So I find with the Colour Blast products they are quite bright, so to achieve this subtle background I've actually gone with the Colour Shimmer sprays on white. So they don't have that real vibrance like what your colour sprays do, but the shimmer sprays really do give a beautiful sort of pastel-y kind of background. So with the inspiration being triangles, I have taken some paper pieces and actually trimmed them down into triangles. I've also traced around the larger triangle shape, and I'm going to have a little sort of play and fiddle around with some of these elements just to get a bit of an idea in my head of exactly how I want this page to go. Now, I'm not going to use all of the triangles, and you'll see I'm sort of fiddling around to see if I can actually get one of the triangles to be suitable over the top of the photo, but I do end up scratching that idea. And what I'm going to do is, once I'm satisfied with where this is sort of heading, what direction I'm going, I'm going to start to work on some of the other elements of the page. So those elements are to heat emboss the chipboard pieces. So I'm going to use the colour Apple of my eye and give those 2 coats of the embossing powder. Now you'll see that I'm going to grab out my leftover scrap pieces of A4 paper, and that's what I actually use to capture my embossing powder. And this just means that I always have one there ready to go for each of the colours in the Colour Blast collection. So I'm not going to actually show you the heat setting of the embossing powder, but I do actually give it 2 coats. So first one dried, then second one add more embossing ink, and then heat emboss with a second layer. So I'm happy with how the triangles have come out. I think they're going to look really great. So I've sort of got this green theme going on, but it's not really full green. So it's partial green and then a little bit of that sort of turquoise with the envy colour as well. So packaging technique here, which is a nice simple way to get that sort of watercolour splatter background, and you can see that as it's drying it has that beautiful shimmer and it's very subtle in its colour, so it's not sort of overpowering, and I think it's going to really blend in quite well with the papers that I've chosen. So mostly what I'm going to do from here is simply put the layout together. So adhering all of those triangles, fiddling around with some background elements, and you'll notice too that those triangles aren't in the exact same spot that I put them to begin with, and that doesn't bother me. You know, some people would prefer to actually have their triangles exactly the way they laid it out to begin with, but for me I'm happy just to have those triangles wherever they sort of fit placement wise as I'm working on the page. And I think that the positioning of the shimmer spray in the background too also will dictate where you put those triangles. So off camera I have actually gone ahead and adhered most of that down, because you don't need to see that. Everybody knows how to use a bit of glue. And what I'm doing is actually embellishing this with a little touch of gold. So it is a Christmas photo. It's Master Z, pretty excited about his Christmas present haul. Thanks Nan for spoiling him. And again, off camera I've stuck most everything down, and I'm going to add a little bit of journaling. I added some highlights with gold, and then this page is complete. So that is Boyish Charm, which I've created for Colour Blast. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please of course check out the Colour Blast store, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube or follow me on Instagram. Thanks so much.